number 2, live odds, sportsbookreview.com. Good game tonight on ESPN, 4 o'clock Pacific. Duke on the road to take on Notre Dame. Dukey's won, 154 the total. Duke's a mess right now. Remember, our play of the day, they blew a 13-point lead at home to NC State, and they've been god-awful on the road, and they just were destroyed at Louisville, who's out without 2 key players, and they couldn't get a stop. Then Coach K has a meeting at his house. He takes away, you can't wear the Duke gear, you can't go into the locker room, and then somebody calls ESPN that lets them know about the meeting at Coach K's house, and then the players-only meeting. Capel's like, what happens in the locker room stays in the locker room. What's wrong with you guys? And then Canard bailed him out against Wake. That could have been another loss, but he was Superman late.
Well, that's just it. I mean, was this win at Wake a team turnaround? You have to say no. It was not. All right. Coach K used all of his old tricks. Oh, you can't wear the uniforms. You can't hang out in the locker room. All that stuff. But Coach K's not coaching the team. It's Capel right now. It's just so awkward. And you have all these different guys in different roles. And then what happens? They trail Wake Forest 42-32 at halftime on the road. And then Luke Canard went nuts. Look at the graphic. Nuts. 10 of 10 from the field, 30 points. And every shot that he took, Duke was trailing at the time, and he made them all. So I'm not going to say Duke is fixed. Canard had a hell of a game. Quote, I was kind of inward. I was thinking about what can I do to help us. I wanted to change that in the second half and just be all about what's going on around us and not let anything affect the way I play. And the question is, does it lead to a better team attitude? And all right, we got to win. We got off the schneid. Or is it simply a one-off by a guy who got really hot in a game in which the other guys weren't all that special? Duke, 15 turnovers in that game. Wake Forest only 7. And of course, Duke won the game at crunch time. Let's not forget, Wake Forest gave a little bit of that away.
It doesn't help. There's something every night with Grayson Allen, too. That doesn't help. Now, Notre Dame, total sandwich spot over the weekend. They had the blowout loss at home to Virginia. And in between the Virginia and the Duke game was Georgia Tech on the road. Pastner did it again. Notre Dame gets beat on a layup at the buzzer.
Yeah, I mean, they looked really flat-footed in that ball game. I mean, they were minus 6.5 in the game. They lost outright. They got beat 36-27 on the boards. And remember, Virginia dominated them on the glass. Now, Bray learned under Coach K. He's done very well against Duke in the ACC. Notre Dame 5-1 straight up, 5-1 against the spread. All 5 wins coming outright as underdogs. Last year, they win in Durham. The Cameron craze didn't bug them. They were plus 8.5. They win by 4. And then, of course, they won in the ACC tournament in overtime. They were underdogs in that game as well at the Verizon Center in Washington.
Sounds good there. Looking forward to that game coming up on ESPN. Up next, the deep dive. We'll start with Super Bowl week with trends and angles. Good odds on Trump. And a mistake you won't believe on a prop bet already at Bookmaker. Plus the play of the day. All that straight ahead on Sportsbook. Betting Insight today on SBRpicks.com.
That's right, the 8th annual SBR Forum Bash will be held at the breathtaking all-inclusive Hard Rock Hotel in Punta Cana on Super Bowl weekend. Join Natalie Rydstrom and the Odds Couple as they mingle with SBR pros and have fun under the sun. Stay tuned for video coverage of Bash activities, including a $5,000 poker tournament sponsored by uwager.eu. Only on SBR, your sportsbook authority since 1999.